Now we will work on Fall 2011 Math 112 Test 2, number 17 and maybe 18 and 19. Number 17, we will divide this rational expression, and after that divide by that one. Now, instead of doing it one by one, I will do the flip for both of them at once. This will then become 12x to the 6 over 35y squared multiplied by 7y cubed over 20x times 14y to the 4th over 15x. Now be very careful that that you don't do cross cancelling while it is still a division. You can only do cross cancelling after you flip that and becomes a multiplication. Okay, then from here I will do it from left to right, even though it is actually okay for you to do cross cancelling, for example between 12 and 15, because the operations in between are all multiplication. But just to organize my work, I will do it from left to right. 12 and 20, for example, both of them multiple of 4. So if you divide by 4, this becomes 3 and this becomes 5. X to the 6 and x, this becomes 1. This becomes x to the 5th. And then this one here, 35 and 7, both of them multiple of 7. This becomes 5. This becomes 1. Y squared and y cubed, this becomes 1. This becomes y. Okay, now instead of going further and then do cross cancelling, let me multiply this first. I will get 3x to the 5th y big over 25 multiplied by 14y to the 4th over 15x. Okay, now and then from here I see, can I do further cross cancelling? I can cross cancel the 3 and 15 by 3. This is 1 and this is 5, and then I can cross cancel the x to the 5th and x here. This becomes 1. This becomes x to the 4th. Now notice you cannot cross cancel 25 and 5 because both of them on the same side, which is both of them on the denominator. Likewise, you cannot cross cancel y and y to the 4th because both of them on the numerators. Well, after all, the reason we call them cross cancelling is because one of them, like this one here, 3 and 15, we call that cross cancelling because one of them on the top and the other one on the bottom, and it is not in the same fraction. Okay, now let me go on. This will then be 14x to the 4th, y times y to the 4th will give me y to the 5th big over 125. Okay, now number 18. We have two group parentheses here. This one is a grouping symbol because we have operation inside. This one is not a grouping symbol because there's no operation inside. The parenthesis here is to separate, basically to do the exponent on the whole fractions. Okay, but there's no operation needed to do it in there. In other words, if I need to do something here, I will start with this. The next thing I will do after this thing, there's nothing to do in this parenthesis, right? Okay, you will do exponent, but the exponent is outside of the parenthesis. So this parenthesis here is not considered as a grouping symbol. Okay, now I will do that one. Unfortunately, this will be negative. All right, but what happened? Hold on, this is smaller and this is bigger, and let me put the negative first. I know it will be negative, and let me do a side. I will subtract 14 by 13 over 24. Seems like I need to do borrowing. That's 13 with denominator 24. I borrow 1 from the 14, it becomes 13, and the one that I borrow, I break it up, it becomes 24 over 24. This will give me 11 over 24. Okay, now then here it will then be negative 11 over 24 divided by negative 2/3 square cube. Now then what I will do next, I will do the exponent. Notice I don't really need to use a parenthesis anymore here because there's no operation in front of that, right? Okay, so I can get rid of that. You can get rid of that already there, but right now we'll get rid of that. And here, negative of 2/3 being cubed, that will be negative 8 over 27. Now, and then I move on as usual. At this level, of course, you know what to do here. It's negative 11 over 24 times negative 27 over 8. I will cross cancel here. By 3 this is 8, and by 3 this is 9. This will then be positive 99 over 64. Now, but because we have mixed number at the beginning, I will need to change this, at least according in my class. This is what I want you to do. If you have mixed number to start with, and in the end you have improper fraction, then you need to change this to mixed number. Now when I change this to mixed number, this will be 135 over 64. Okay, that's for number 18. Number 19. I need to subtract these two mixed numbers. The first thing I will do is, you guess, LCD. And the LCD is 20 and 15. The LCD is 60. Okay, now here I will multiply by 3. That will give me 51. And here I multiply by 4. That's 44. Now, from here, what do I need to do? Small minus big, that will be negative, right? And then I will do it aside. When I do it aside, basically I will rewrite this into something easier for us to see, especially do we need borrowing or not. You can't really tell it from there. I mean, and even if you can tell, I really think you still prefer to write it this way. Now you see that when I subtract, the fractional part is not enough, so I need to do borrowing. And then when I subtract, the fractional part now 53 over 60. Okay, and then the integer part, the whole number part, you can do it on your scratch paper. This will be 0 here, this will be 8, there will be 7, and this will be 3. Okay, so is this my final answer? No, it's not. This is just a side work. Because for us to subtract that, we will write the negative, and then we will, usually what we did the subtraction, backward subtraction mentally, but this time because it's too complicated, we write it down. When we did the subtraction, backward subtraction mentally, this is what we get. Okay, this is what we get. Now therefore, because after I have that negative, I will copy this down there, 3780 and 53/60. Okay, that's for fall 2011 Math 112 Test 2, number 17, number 18, and number 19.